Hello, and welcome to the Student Affairs 101 virtual conference. My name is Danae Miesbauer, Academic Counselor for the Department of Counseling and Higher Education at Northern Illinois University. And today I will be presenting on applying and funding graduate school. We hope today's video will provide you with some helpful recommendations on decision-making strategies to select a higher education program, tips on the application process itself, and the importance of exploring graduate assistantships and funding for grad school, and some additional resources. So, you're considering a career in student affairs and attending grad school. So here are some tips that we want you to consider in helping in that decision-making process. We know that graduate school application process can be a bit overwhelming, so hopefully our tips will ease your stress and help you in the process. Tip number 1, research graduate programs by using the ACP and NASPA graduate school directories. These directories help you by searching over hundreds of graduate programs. They can actually be found on our Student Affairs 101 conference website under the Virtual Graduate Fair tab. Tip number 2, it's important to consider the right fit when it comes to location, student population, and institution type, and also what leadership experiences you want to gain in grad school. You'll also want to think about whether or not you want to stay at your undergraduate institution where you may have some experience and networks to take advantage of, or consider a new institution where you can gain new experiences and help tailor your experiences to meet your career goals. Thinking through the location and what student populations you want to work with is important and hopefully helps narrow down your search. Tip number 3, there are so many graduate programs to consider, and many of them actually have similar areas of focus. You may be looking for a theory to practice program, or focused on a social justice one, or maybe even a counseling focus. We encourage you to check out the curriculum, course descriptions, and then the faculty bios that feature the research that faculty engage in. Tip number 4, lastly, in higher education and student affairs, it's all about the experience you are gaining, but also the financial commitment that you are making for graduate school. We recommend learning about internships, graduate assistantship stipends, and also inquire about tuition waivers and any scholarships that are available. Next, we'll talk about some tips for the application process. Applications are usually due in December, January, or February for the following fall term, so make sure you check the websites carefully so you don't miss the deadline. Some schools will have a priority deadline, and that it's always best to apply by that priority deadline to make sure your application is reviewed. The application typically consists of goal statements, letters of recommendation, resumes, and some schools do require a standardized test score. A quick tip on goal statements. Ask the school if they have a specific prompt to answer. If they don't, then prepare a well-written statement that answers the questions: what are your career goals? Why are you interested in this specific program? And what experiences do you have that might align with the learning outcomes of the program? Letters of recommendation should typically be from instructors, professors, and supervisors that can share more about your academic abilities, your writing skills, your communication style, and some of your leadership skills. So, how many grad schools should you actually apply to? This is a really good question. There are so many schools, but that also means so many application fees, goal statements to write, and interview days to potentially attend. I think that looking at applying to 3 to 5 graduate schools is a good plan. Take into consideration the admissions criteria and try to choose schools that you will be competitive for. Check out open houses, info sessions, and of course, the program's website. Lastly, consider working with your institution's career services office, as they probably can provide you with some resources on grad school prep. Next, I'll touch on funding graduate school. Often, the best way to fund your graduate school is through graduate assistantships. A graduate assistantship is often a part-time position within a student affairs office on campus. In a graduate assistantship, it gives you not only the opportunity to earn income while in grad school, but more importantly, great professional experience within the field. Most schools offer an interview day where you have the opportunity to interview for GA positions. Make sure to check the school's website and mark your calendar for the interview days, as you don't want to miss the opportunity to secure a GA. Each school offers different benefits for graduate assistantships. GA positions typically pay some kind of monthly stipend and also provide you with some kind of tuition waiver. It's important to ask if a school funds a tuition waiver at 50% or at 100%, so you know what will be covered. Some GA positions, like residence life, often offer additional benefits like a live-in apartment, a meal plan, and maybe even parking. Students who attend graduate programs are eligible for federal financial aid, but it's also a good idea to ask each school about additional tuition waivers and scholarships that you might be able to apply for. So here are some final tips to help you make the big decision. Consider the classic pros and cons list, because it really does help you narrow things down. Make sure you're considering the graduate assistantship experience, the focus of the academic program and the curriculum, and of course, the financial commitment and the financial package that the school is offering. Also consider any personal relationships, a location that you feel comfortable and can find a community within, and also the possibility of networking opportunities to help you reach your career goals. And lastly, it's all about fit. I truly believe that the decision will just feel right. And when in doubt, listen to your inner voice and go with your gut. And lastly, I really do want to wish you the best as you go through the process of applying to graduate school. Please check out the Student Affairs 101 Virtual Grad Fair to learn more about our host schools and to also find those graduate school directories. If you have specific questions for me, please reach out via email. Again, I wish you the best and thanks for watching this video. I hope it was helpful. Take care.